Hi, folks. We've been dealing with the quadratic formula. A quadratic equation. I'm going to hopefully explain this the right way to you. This is the standard form. Ax squared plus bx plus c. All right? That's the standard form. There's also another form. We can talk about that later. Ax represents A, bx represents B, and c represents c. In a quadratic equation, it's usually written like this. Well, you would in fx, if you use it as a function, it's written fx, and here's the quadratic equation. Fx is equal to x squared minus 8x plus 15. So what do you do with that? What you want to do is you want to find the vertex first. If you are trying to graph it, and that's what we're trying to do, you would find the vertex first. Okay? So what do? You have the vertex formula. X is equal to minus b, negative b over 2a, or opposite of b. So what do we do in this case? A here is this is A, this is B, this is C. So negative b is going to be negative 8. Okay? That's what it is. And then you have over 2a, this is a 1. X all by itself means 1. That 1's right next to it. So that means that's a 1 right there. Next, that's x. Anything that's got just a variable is a 1 next to it. And then it's 1 is a 1, 2 times 1. So you got negative 8 times a negative makes it 8 over 2, which means 4. So your x is going to be equal to 4. That means that's your axis of symmetry. This formula here is your axis of symmetry form. What is that? You look at an x and y axis like this, and it's like this, x and y axis. What the axis of symmetry is the dotted line, 1, 2, 3, 4, the dotted line that you go down here that goes down the middle of what will be a parabola. This goes right down the middle. It's the axis of symmetry. So you got 4 is where you got x. So right here is where the 4 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now, if you're trying to find the vertex, that means you want to find what the y value is. Okay, how do you do that? You do that by going 4. You take 4, and you plug it into x. 4, it becomes, you're looking for, you got 4 is x. X equals 4. You're going to put that into where the f of x is. X is 4, so it's f of 4 is equal to 4 squared, which is 16, and that's minus 8 times 4, which is 32, which is going to be plus 15. That will equal minus 1. That's where you have your minus 1. So right down here is negative 1. That's your negative 1 right there. That's your vertex, right? Your vertex is negative 1. Now, the axis of symmetry is 4. 4 and negative 1 are the coordinates for the vertex. 4 and negative 1 are coordinates for the vertex. Now, you want to find the other coordinates? Here's how you do it. You would set up a t-chart like this with x and f of x. F of x is equivalent to a y. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, you got 4 right there. This is 4. This is your x. And we already know that 4 plugged into this becomes negative 1. So put negative 1 there. We want to solve for 3 and 2. Why? Makes it easier. You want to keep as close to the axis of symmetry as possible. 3 is right here, right? Now 3 times 3 is 9. We had these numbers before, but 9 minus 3 times 8. 3 is being plugged into 8 right there. 3 times 8 is 24. And that's going to be minus negative 15. And then plus 15 is 0. So your answer is going to be 0. That's right. The f of x is going to be 0 for 3 being x. And then you got 2. 2 times 2 is 4. You got 2 goes in. 2, this becomes x. That's f of x. That's 2 right there. 2 times 2 is 4. And you have 4 minus 16. 2 times 8 is 16. 4 minus 16 is going to be minus 12. Plus 15 is going to be a positive 3. So that way you got 3 there. Now watch how we put it in here. You got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and negative 1 would be right there. That's the first coordinate. Then you got 3 is x right there. You got 1, 2, 3, right? 3, and then you got 0. So it means you got 3 right there and 0. So your first, you can't see that very well. See, you can't see that very well. See if I can put a better marker there. There. So you get 4, negative 1, and 3 and 0. There's a 1, 2 points right there. Then you got 2. 2 comes out as 1, 2 right here, and 3. That's your f of x or y. 1, 2, 3. So you got 3 right there. So you notice how right there, using 2 and 3, you have this little curve right there, right? All right, that's one side of the parabola. What you then do is you go ahead and discover that you got, for the 3 and 0, the 3 and 0 is 1. So what you do is 3 right here is 1 shy of that symmetry, axis symmetry. So you reflect over. This is one way you can do it. You can reflect over 1 there, and then you go 1, 2. You get the third one. You got 2 there. 1, 2, 3. That's your 2 and 3 coordinate. That can be reflected by being 2. So that's 1, 2 over. That's the axis of symmetry right there. You got 1, 2 over there. So you reflect that over 1, 2, and you get this right here. And so you can do it that way, and that gives you your parabola. All right? Now, this right here, that's your parabola. Then you have this right here, this negative 1. That's going to be your minimum. Okay? That's your minimum line. That's your minimum. That's the minimum for you. So they call it minimum because that's as far down as you go. Maximum is if it's flipped upside down. Minimum is if you go up like this. So minimum, maximum. If it was turned upside down, it'd be maximum. If it's turned this way, it's minimum. So there you have it. That's how you are graphing the parabola. And I'm sorry it took me so long. It was mainly because of the fact I wasn't arranging them properly on this graph. I wasn't putting them in the right. I wasn't putting the coordinates properly on the graph. And as a result, it was all over the place. So that's my mistake. I figured out where I made my error. So I hope we understand now what we're doing. Notice what we did here. Again, you got the x is 4. That's right there. That's 4. And negative 1 is a y. And then 3 and 0, which puts it right there. And 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, puts it right there. You draw that line and you reflect over and you get 1, 2, 3 right like that. And that's how you have, that's your axis of symmetry right there. And that's how you graph that. This is the graph for this formula right here, or for this equation right there. All right? Whew, we got through it. Yay. Boy. Thanks for being patient. I think I'll try another one just for the fun of it, right?